Hi there, Jonathan, back with you once again, and today we're at 30th of October, so day 60. So tomorrow will be our final day into month two of this journey to 240k. So probably maybe over the weekend or more likely early part of next week, we'll be doing a full catch up, not only on the month of October, but actually where we are on combined September and October. So there's going to be lots of metrics, lots of stuff to dig over, and hopefully some really useful insights for you. So today I wanted to really talk about memberships and selling memberships and having a membership component within your funnel, and what may be the advantages, disadvantages of doing that, and exactly what I'm doing, what's working, what's not for me. Okay, quick update on yesterday. Yesterday we had thankfully a return to good sort of strong numbers. So we did $1,012 in sales, which was fantastic. The ad spend was £342 on the Riffs campaign. Obviously we've got our second funnel going there at the moment, but actually in terms of the Riffs, we've got 341 in making $450 in dollar spend, so it gave us a profit of 562, which was just great, which is absolutely really where I want to be. And today where are we at? It's 11:15. We're at 229. So yeah, okay, I don't see it getting up to the levels of yesterday, but hopefully we will end up maybe somewhere 600-700 is a goodish place to be. Right, let's talk about memberships. So memberships is something I've played around with over the last couple of years. I've tried different price points and things, and actually where I sort of ended up, for a long time I went wholly memberships, then I switched to wholly just single price offers, and then a bit of backwards forwards. Where I've ended up is a little bit of a balance between them. So I do have a membership component, but it's very sort of low level, and effectively it's one of the downsells, and I only actually market it on my cart abandon sequence, so it doesn't get a lot of exposure. But as you can see, really currently I've got 126 members in it. It's a very low level price, so it's basically like $9 a month, and it was deliberately at that very low level because really memberships are all about this churn rate. It's okay sort of acquiring members, but if the monthly fee is quite high, you're going to get a lot of cancellations and potentially a lot of support side of things. And so it's not only just the fact that you have this high churn rate, but also you end up with more admin stuff, which I'm not really into, and trying to remove as much of that as possible. So anyway, I've been running this membership, or testing this membership out for probably, I'm trying to think, maybe sort of 4 months, maybe a bit sort of longer. And, as you can see, we're sort of, no, it must be more like 6 months actually. But as you can see, I've got 126 members. So these are stats here I'm showing you is from a 3-month period, is this August to October. And obviously this is just from Stripe, so I've got these are screenshots from Stripe. I've also got people who signed up via PayPal as well. So I've got 70 out of the 126 are in Stripe, and over that 3-month period we've gained 37, but obviously lost some. So effectively we've gained over the 3 months a net gain of 12 subscribers. But obviously what's important really is this churn rate, is the fact of, are we acquiring people faster than we're losing them? And we are currently, but only by a very small number, potentially about, over the period that would only indicate about a gain of 4 people per month, which is not going to make a huge difference to my figures. But it's just interesting when you start to play around with the numbers. As I say, I prioritize the memberships is a very low level priority for me. Just have it there as an option for people who want to maybe just get in and try things. So put it at a really low level. But actually what I've found is quite a lot of people will stay on average, and I must get the absolute data on this, but I think on average people stay between sort of 6 and 9 months, which if you work that out, if it's about 9 months, then it's equivalent of buying my main upsell anyway. So I've yet to see how this will pan out long term, and as we progress through the next probably 3 months, we'll do a review on this again to see really is actually maintaining that churn rate if I slowly get a few more people in, because obviously I'm slowly spending more on ad spend. Can I increase this number? As I say, overall it contributes about sort of probably just over $1,000 a month, but obviously it's very low level side of things, zero maintenance on it. It just works there in the background. So when it comes to am I going to do more on that side, I could do. So here's the basic sales page for it. As I say, this is like a one-time offer on the back of my abandoned cart sequence, where you can just get all the courses, just $97 a month. So that's what it is. It's a very sort of simple. I say I don't spend a lot of time and attention on it because it's not a sort of probably a high value decision. But obviously, if I run out of things to do and test, I can always come back and look at this and say, can I improve that conversion rate of that page, and so increase this net growth. As I say, it's not going to make a huge difference in the short term, but when you probably take a longer term view on it, if we can keep that churn rate really low, then obviously, even with that 12 subscribers growth, that's put in an extra sort of $100 a month. And if you can keep doing that, over a year, probably it does start to make a real difference. And obviously, if you put your membership fees higher, you're going to get a lot better result, but you may increase your churn rate. So that's the game you're constantly playing with. That is, what is the price point versus the churn rate. And as I say, for me, it's that I don't offer this upfront, so there's not a lot of people seeing this offer in my funnel. And one of the things I could do is I could move this up to maybe my primary upsell and see what effect that has, and that would probably be the most obvious thing to do because it'll get exposed to more people, so I'll see that growth rate increase. But as I say, it's only $9 a month, so it takes sort of six to 9 months before I feel like I'm really making progress. Anyway, that's one small component of the revenue. And when we get into next week, will probably take us a couple of days really to sift through the data, look at the numbers, and really understand what's been happening during that month and how does it differ from last month. What are the tests we've done, what tests worked, what didn't, and also understanding the fact that the traffic can change from one month to the next. And obviously, in the meantime, things are still working okay on the our second campaign, Your First Song. I think I only made one sort of sale on that yesterday, but we're still ROAS positive on it. So we will see as we start to increase that whether I can get the number of sales up. So I'm ready to set up my first split test on that, and probably see if I can try and get that going tomorrow. If I can, I'll talk you through exactly what my first split test is for that funnel as well. But all good so far, so good today, and let's see how it all pans out. Okay, that's all for today. I'll catch up with you again tomorrow. Bye for now.